sound of galloping?
It's got to be louder. We need a coconut.
Now this is actually it's going louder and faster. Right, yes.
Wait. Can you hear this?
I heard the first one.
Let's start over. And
okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hark! I hear the sound of loud, fast galloping in the distance. Who can it be? Oh my God! It's the Knight of Swords.
This picture, he looks like he's chasing the balloon.
Yes. Well, he's definitely going to get them at that speed. Oh my God. He's so fast. He is Rita at Alton Towers. It's the fastest ride you ever went on. Literally, you sit there. You know how you go 3, 2, 1 for the let's record, and you sit there terrified in your little chair, and they have these sort of traffic lights, and they go across, and they start with red, and then it goes orange, and it's 3, 2, 1, and you're gone. It's like it's like you're 0 to 60 miles an hour in something like 2 seconds or something. It just shoots off. That's the Knight of Swords to me.
Oh God, yeah.
That is that moment of shooting forward on that Rita ride, the Queen of Speed, she's called. Rita, the Queen of Speed. That moment is thrilling.
Queen of Speed. That is beautiful. He would be the King of Speed. You know, for the life of me, I cannot remember how I learned him traditionally. I do know, I learned the court cards as people, only people, and I learned them as ages and hair color and eye color. Very old school, very old school. So let me think. I learned him as a young man between 18 and 25.
Something like that. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, with brown hair and hazel or brown eyes.
Oh, okay.
So I was extremely, extremely limited with my court cards, especially because, there was no, are all the pentacles anybody who's darker than white? You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
So it was limiting, but I was back in the day before I started learning court cards as more than just people. I could be pretty accurate with the how people looked, but I don't do that anymore. I just don't. They mean so much more.
It would be interesting, though, at some point to go through all of the cards, not just the court cards, and say, if you were asking what someone looks like, what does this card say to you in terms of looks? What just jumps out at you? Because some cards look tall, short, but sometimes some cards look long and thin, and some look short and fat and black, white, brown, yellow, whatever. I don't know. I think they do give you sort of certain descriptions, the cards. But yeah, I think this Knight of Swords, he's in such a rush. I mean, it's frightening, really. It's kind of, he's at the extremity of speed.
Yeah, you have to wonder how much thought he's putting into, he didn't even stop to think about it. And his little horse looking up at him like, what the hell are you doing, man? It's like, we don't know what's there. And you know what I love? Okay. This cracks me up, Mandy. He looks to be the toughest knight, the meanest knight, right? Practically
Yeah.
the toughest card in toughest character in the tarot. Yeah, he took the time to dress up his horse with heart and butterflies. I love that. It's
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
like none
Oh
of the
my
other
God.
horses have a heart on their head.
That's amazing. That you're right. You are right. He does look like he's very kind of rushing towards something rather than rushing away from something.
Yes.
I will give him that, because I was thinking, if my house was on fire and I had to rush out of it, would I dress up in any way? You know, would I grab like any clothing for me or whatever? Would I care what it was? Like you're saying about being in a rush and dressing up your horse like that.
Yeah, I think the horse was already dressed. I think
Probably.
when in my head, I see on the other side of this card, remember the cartoon with Dudley Do-Right and Penelope? And Penelope would be tied to the train tracks.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Dudley would be like, "Here I come, Penelope." It's
Oh my
like
God. Yeah.
So I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think that he can be reckless and he reacts without much thought. In reverse, I see him rage, just pure rage and thoughtlessness. But upright, I see him as always trying to do the right thing, but doing it so quickly. But wouldn't he be the guy you wanted to come to your house fire
Oh,
and put that fire
absolutely.
out?
Yeah, I mean, like if you just want a really immediate response, or yeah, I mean, perfect,
Yeah.
absolutely perfect. I mean, on the plus side, you know, if someone was saying, "Am I going to meet a boyfriend?" and I would say, "Well, I think he might be at the door now." Kind of,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
his speed could be what someone wants, or like, is my house, when is my house ever going to sell? Now. But just be ready for it, be
Yeah.
ready for it to happen.
Yeah.
If that card comes up, depending on the question, I just feel it's imminent. Whatever it is, it's absolutely round the corner, about to knock on the door. It's a race against, it's imminent. I was
Yes.
watching a thing on Netflix last night about this spy, you know, and he was doing his little tap Morse code thing in the room, and then he kind of heard the car pull up outside, and it was like, and it was like this mad thing: is he going to get everything packed away in time and hidden, before they kind of come knocking on the doors? It was so urgency about it. It was so Knight of Swords. On the downside of that, I think he misses out on so much because he doesn't stop and think, and because things can be just too fast for their own good. Things can be cooked too quickly, and
Yeah.
it doesn't work. He could be his own worst enemy because of his haste.
Yeah.
He could miss things, break things, all sorts of things could go wrong because he didn't stop and think. But on the other hand, he could just exactly be the perfect, energy for the situation. I think he's marvelous. I think he's really, really easy to read.
He is. Oh, he is. And then too, this complicates a little bit much, but this image looks like cardinal air, but it feels to me like cardinal fire
Yes.
because of the heart and the passion he's showing in his face
And the
and the speed at
spontaneity.
which, yeah, the spontaneity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
But generally I like to see him. Though in the reverse I see a bit of a hard edge, a rage, um
Or it could
temper.
just be saying in the reverse, please slow down.
Yes,
Please slow
absolutely.
down.
Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Take your time, get it done right the first time.
Yeah. Or if it was like a relationship, it could be, look, he's just he's just going to suddenly leave. He's going to suddenly be gone.
Oh,
In the blink of an eyelid, right? Sorry.
yeah, in the reverse, right. Upright, I think he'd be a little hard to keep up with in a relationship.
Yeah.
Always rushing around and doing something. There's some people who love that, you know, that they're always doing something, night on the town, movies, dinner, this or that. But, you know, I prefer the Knight of Pentacles as a as a partner who's just kind of like chill. Let's just, you know, spend some time together.
Well,
Where he's always
you
needing to
could
do
be
something.
quite rude as well about him if you were talking about
Oh,
relationship.
get in, get on, get down, get off, get up, get dressed, get out. Where's that egg
Right,
timer, right?
exactly. Exactly.
Oh my God.
I mean, I know. I mean, I was sort of. Oh, I don't think children watch this, or they wouldn't understand that anyway. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely got two sides to him. The other thing is as well with like things like relationships or whatever. You looking at the other cards around him, you can see whether he's kind of flying in towards you or flying away from you. You know, even in the upright position, that could be very significant where he is in relation to other
Yeah,
significant cards. It should not be overlooked.
100%.
I
What
just
he's
think
rushing
he's
to.
one of the easiest cards to read in a reading. I think it'd be very unlikely that you would think, oh, I don't know what to say with him. I don't know.
Ever since I let go of the this is only a person, yeah, he speaks volumes.
Yeah.
He's probably the easiest knight to read to me.
He's easier. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe him and the Pentacles like being the complete opposite of him in a sense.
Yeah.
All of the knights, I just think you get so much from all of the knights, but that's for another podcast. But yeah, yeah.
We need to do a Knights podcast.
A Night with the Knights.
Ooh. Or we could call it One Night Stand.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, he's cool. So what other Knight of Swords did you bring along, Sharon?
Oh, okay, okay. So I'm going to show you this one first. Victorian Romantic, just for the sheer beauty of it.
Oh.
And he's defending that angel. That's why he
Oh.
was rushing. I love that card. And his horse has that same, whoa, what the hell are you doing? But we see the action he's taking. You know what I mean? So,
Lovely.
no, he had to be in a rush. She looks like she's on the brink of death. He had to save her. So I love that.
And again, you've got that red cloak, which has got that fiery thing.
Yes.
There.
Yes.
Interesting.
Very, very beautiful deck. And then, okay, this one I brought just because it's such an epic card. Are you ready for this? Yeah. Everyday Enchantment. And you're going to see a lot of Everyday Enchantment on my... Look at that. Look at her face.
I know. I'm kind of like both of their faces are so... They're both either side of an experience, and they're both... Their perception of the experience is so different to each other's. He's loving it, and she's absolutely kind of like, distraught. It's so funny.
And he's just with those scissors, like.
I like the little dog as well. It's like, what's he doing?
And then look at the fairy. Each of the Everyday Enchantments have a fairy. The fairy's like, whoa, whoa.
Oh, so cool. I love it. I really love it. That's amazing.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that one.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
Let's see what you brought.
I just brought my one favorite Knight of Swords that just sticks in my mind from the day I met him.
Yes. Housewives Tarot,
Housewives
yes.
Tarot has done it again. There he is on his big silver flashy motorbike, and look at the girls in the background. They're besotted with him.
And his
Oh my
switchblade
god.
comb. That is a switchblade comb.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice. Check it out. So it's almost like the motorcycle is like an ad. It's got the front brakes and then the hand clutch and then the new rear suspension. That's like an advertisement for a motorcycle, not the actual motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Oh
cool.
my god. But he's such a sort of cliche, isn't he? Really.
Yeah, I love him.
Oh, I just think he's brilliant. He's just brilliant. He's brilliant. Now, with all of these Knight of Swords, it is swords, and we do read swords as air and communication, which we didn't talk about at all with him. We just talked about the speed and the urgency. But how would you kind of translate that in terms of thinking and communicating?
In my mind, he's moving so quickly that his thought process, that's another reason why I see it as a very Aries type of card. I think I do. It doesn't
Right.
have to go through that quickness of response does not go through logical thought process. It's instantaneous. So
Yeah.
this would be somebody who didn't have to think about the next thing he was going to say. It'd be on the tip of his tongue before you were finished with your sentence.
Mm.
You know?
I think you're right. I think he would be a sort of person that would interrupt you, not because he's rude, but just that's his nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I think he would be very quick to respond. So he'll respond you're right, he'll respond without thinking. So therefore, he might get the wrong end of the stick.
Yes. Yeah, we never know what he's going to rush into. But his thought process is so fast. It's like Dudley Do Right sees Penelope on the train tracks or hears her cry for help. He does nothing but respond and go to her. He doesn't think of the danger. He doesn't think about where are the people who
Yeah.
tied her up? Is this a trap? Just go and do it. And we can only hope that he comes out without getting burned. So
Also, I would also say he would get back to people very quickly, which sometimes people like. Like when people kind of send an email and then it takes weeks to get a response or something.
yeah,
I kind of feel with him, he would deal with his paperwork very quickly.
yeah, he would definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if this dude told you that he was gonna call you in the morning or the morning after, he would call you unless that card was moving away from you. Like
Yeah. Yeah, he
but,
would be reliable in his hastiness.
yeah.
Within
Yeah.
his hastiness, he would be, I think he'd be quite predictable with his speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
I
He's a
just
fast
hope.
mover, but if you think about planets and things, the moon is a fast mover or Mercury's a fast mover. There's nothing Saturn about him.
I agree. Huh, I never thought of that before, but yeah, he's more like the moon or Mercury.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Food for
Dang.
thought there.
A lot of food for thought.
Yeah. Maybe like I've got a Gemini moon, so that you do get people who are kind of quick thinking and kind of like their minds are always kind of like busy and I mean that can be a bit mutable. Whereas I think he's more direct, but
Well, I know I said he was cardinal because of the action he's taking, but he could too be mutable as it's a reaction to something else.
that's true.
So, I love him for mutable air. See how many things he could be. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I'd love to see his chart.
Yes. I'm just trying to think who I know that I would say is very kind of Knight of Swords, very, very witty, very quick to respond. I've got a friend actually, who I'm thinking of, who comes out with, especially if you put something on Facebook, you'll get a very witty and quick one-liner sort of thing. I think that's him.
Yeah.
And maybe more so than the Page of Swords, because I kind of feel the Page of Swords hasn't got the sophistication that he's got.
Let me pause it 1 sec. Somebody just walked in the door.
Oh.
Yeah, I was not expecting this. Let me give him a kiss.
Oh, go give him a kiss.
What a pleasant surprise.
Well, that was a very Knight of Swords reaction to that surprise, Sharon. You were just up and gone.
He has that effect on me, yes. And pure joy. Oh my God. No, I don't think you heard what he said when he walked in the door. He said, damn it, one of these days I'm gonna catch him here.
Oh, no, I like the Knight of Swords. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I do feel communication wise you will get a fast, spontaneous, off the cuff response. But I think it'll be an honest response. I think he will react exactly how he feels in that moment.
It's one of the things about that quick thought, that quick from brain to mouth or brain to action. There's no time for dishonesty. There's no time to make up a story to cover your actions. So I do find him extremely honest. Yes. That's not always a good thing, but it's always a good thing, if that made any sense.
Yeah, I think he can make mistakes, but he truly kind of believes what he believes at the moment that he kind of jumps in and reacts.
He's a true hero.
We're all holding out for a hero, in the words of Bonnie Tyler. So shall we sort of like leave it there with the Knight of Swords?
Let's leave quickly.
I haven't brought another knight because I just love my Housewives one so much.
That was a good one.
So yes, so we will see you soon, very soon, in fact, the Queen of Swords. God help us. I'll put the hands.
Bye.
Bye.